Classroom interventions are basically social emotional lessons that are facilitated by mental health clinicians in the classroom setting, and in this case, they're for grades K through second grade. This year, we're really focusing on issues of self-regulation, of emotional awareness, and empathy. And the reason why we picked those particular themes was because at the beginning of the year, the teachers were really emphasizing and needing support around particular behaviors that had to do with emotional deregulation, around lack of boundaries, about bullying, hyperactivity. So we created the curriculum based off of that, not only to support them, but also to try to affect the school climate in general.
These kids come from homes of poverty and racism and trauma and unemployment and substance abuse. It's ridiculous to think that that's not going to come into the classroom, you know. These kids are dealing with that every day of their lives. So they see that by us giving a little bit of space for that impacts their learning. A child that is totally stressed, you know, that is worrying about what's happening at home, that is worried about their safety, it's not going to learn.
A lot of them also leave school and go into a completely different environment than what we try and develop here. An environment where retaliation is okay and where violence is solving problems. There's a general kind of lack of empathy, lack of communication, of productive communication, how to talk to one another.
The kids love the intervention. I mean, they're so excited when Friday comes and they get to be with Natalia and Urena. They, you know, the activities are really hands-on and fun, and there's a lot of storytelling and role-playing, crafts.
Let it go, let it go. When you let go of the air, let go of anything you're holding. One last one. Do you guys like the when we come in?
Yes.
Yeah? How come?
Because you guys do fun stuff and we talk about empathy and the 4 keys and the beans. And when you guys pretend that you guys are fighting.
Oh, yeah.
When you guys said that you said I'm gonna beat you up to Miss Natalia.
Yeah.
And when Miss Natalia and you were fighting over the water.
Oh, yeah.
Because you drank her water bottle and she said stop.
And you said that you have germs. And then you said that, but I want some water. But she said, but it's my water bottle.
The ladies will come in and they're really good. The kids especially love it when they role play. When they act out the inappropriate behaviors, kids just love that because they love seeing the grown-ups doing the things wrong for a change. And it's not the kids. I think they're very attentive to listening to ladies from Amart. So it's a real treat because they're only able to come in for a short period of time each week for about half an hour. So it's really important to them. It's an important part of their day. They look forward to Fridays. That's when they come.
These little bodies have the biggest feelings and they don't know what to do with them. And so giving them some really simple but practical tools for how to do that. We look at an odometer and it's how is your engine running? Is it running slow? Is it running too fast, or is it running just right? And when you're just right, then you're ready to learn. And if you're too slow, maybe you're tired or you're hungry, or maybe if you're too fast, you're angry or you're sad, or you didn't sleep enough last night. And then we intervene with teaching them ways that they can get their engine running. So some occupational therapy things that have come up are that chewing helps you get your engine running. So maybe they have a snack. Or maybe they need to go flop on the beanbag chair to get a nice big squish from that beanbag chair to get their bodies feeling comforted and safe.
When we come in, what are some of the stuff that we do in class? Okay, Erica, why don't you go?
We talk about empathy.
Empathy? And do you know, how do we talk about
Yes.
empathy? Like,
Because we talk about how people feel when they're like angry, worried, and then one time we put paper and crumbled it up and put it in the worry box.
We had a story about a child who was going through all this stuff, and really it created a lot of worry. And after the story, we had them draw what worry looked like for them. And then when they were finished, one by one, they would come up almost like a ritual, and there was this big worry box, and they would take the worry, so not only the picture, but also I told them energetically to focus on what worry felt like to them and put it in the paper as they crumpled it up. So they would crumple it up, and then when they were ready, they would drop it and release it into the box so that they would let go of their worry as much as they could.
The intervention has helped them with other students, just teaching them to sort of talk to each other and to use their words. But I think it's also opened up for them that it's not just them that has those feelings. I think when you're 6 years old, it's really easy to think that you're unique and that the feelings that you have are only yours and that nobody else could imagine how you're feeling. And a lot of the stories and role playing that happens, with puppets or a story that Urena's telling, it's another character who's feeling and the kids can relate to, and they're like, oh, maybe this is an okay feeling to have.
It was invaluable to me. I could not have done this job. The rest of the students could not have learned and received the quality that they deserve had it not been for these interventions and the calming that it brings to the classroom. Just personally, as a teacher, it's made me much more aware of the challenges that my students face and being more cognizant of it, and then thinking more about what I can do to help them rather than making all of them fit in a mold. How can I make that mold encompass them?
Have the support, it's helped validate my teaching experience because I feel like they support what I do. So that way they make my job easier. I can't say enough. I wish they could come every day, frankly. I wish they could spend more time, or twice a week. I wish we had the funding for that. That would be really wonderful.
Can we do the empathy songs?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Empathy, empathy, what's in the hearts of the people we see?